Hello and welcome to TestObject. In this short video, we're going to guide you through the basic functionality of the platform. Once you have created an account, you'll be able to sign in to TestObject. If you're signing in for the first time, you will be greeted by the New App screen. This screen allows us to choose between different ways of creating a project on TestObject. For this brief introduction, we will be uploading an Android application to the platform. This is achieved by clicking on the Android iOS app button. What we will be doing is uploading an APK file which contains our application. Once the application has been uploaded, you will be able to provide it with a name and a version number. By clicking on the Save button, you will be taken to the Device Settings screen. On this screen, you will be able to choose which configuration to start your testing device with. This will apply to every session that you start. Clicking on the Save button one last time will finally take us to our project's dashboard. On the top of this screen, you will be able to see the different testing tools that TestObject provides for the kind of project that you have created. You will also have access to the list of issues that you're tracking on TestObject. Below the Issues button, you have the active version of the application. This is the version of the application that your tests run on by default. You can change this at any time, and at any time you can upload a new version of the application to test against. Below that, you will see that you have the chance to edit the device settings that we have provided before at any moment. In case you want your issues to be tracked not only on TestObject but also on GitHub or Jira, you have the possibility to connect to an external issue tracker. But now let's start with the fun stuff. By clicking on the Manual Testing button, we're taken to the Manual Testing screen. Here we are shown a selection of the devices that we have at TestObject. These are all real devices, and in this case they are Android devices since we are working on an Android project. The 4 devices that we see here on the top are the devices that we're able to access with a free account. If you want to access all of our devices, then you will need to upgrade to a premium account. On the top here, you can see which application we are testing against, and you have different ways of filtering out devices. For example, if I am interested in Samsung tablets and smartphones, I can just click on the Samsung button and I will only be shown Samsung devices. If I am looking for Samsung Note, for example, I can combine that selection with the search Note. Let's clear the search now and select a device. By clicking on the Open Device button, we will be transferred to a new screen. Right now, the device is being checked to make sure that it's been cleaned thoroughly and that our test will run without any problems. What will happen now is the device will get allocated for us, and then the app will get installed. Once the application has been installed, we will be able to remote control it. We interact with the application kind of like we would if we had the phone in our hand. We can send taps, we can write directly with our keyboard, and if you look at the panel on the left here, we have even more options. If we run into a bug while testing our application, we can click on the New Issue button on the top right. What this does is create an issue on TestObject. An issue will show which application it is related to, which version of the application it was found on, which device was affected. You will also get a screenshot automatically attached, which shows the screen of the device in the moment in which you created the issue. Apart from that, you also will be able to access the device logs. This can give you a precise picture of what was going on the device in the moment in which you created the issue. To access your issues, you can just go on the top bar and click the Issues button. Let's now jump into the quality report. The quality report is a nifty little tool that allows us to select a certain number of phones or tablets and then performs a series of really basic tests. For example, it will install and launch the application on the devices that we have selected. It will perform a basic stress test by sending a lot of input events into our application. And it will take screenshots while doing so. The quality report is a tool that allows us to get a quick feeling for how our application behaves, and basically a functionality to let us know if we have some really big problems really early in the testing process. While our quality report is running, let's have a look at the automation tools that TestObject provides us. If you have an Android project, you will be able to use Robotium and Espresso as well as Appium. Appium is cross-platform. This means that you will be able to run tests on both iOS and Android devices. To get started with Appium, just click the Get Started button and you will find all the information you need to get up and running with a basic setup. You can find more information about how to get started with Appium on TestObject on our help page. If you already have run some tests, you will be able to access the test reports in the Appium test results section. By clicking on a test report, you will be able to access all the information about the test that you have run. You will be able to see the screenshots that you've taken during your test run. You will have access to a video showing what was happening on the device through the whole test execution. You will be able to see which requests were sent to the Appium server, to see the full device logs, as well as the Appium log. If you have been running your tests using our suite setup, by clicking on the Test Suites tab, you will be able to see all the suites that you have created. And if you access a single suite, you will see all the suite runs that have been executed. By clicking on a single run, you will be able to see all the devices that you had executed on. And by accessing any one of these devices, you will be able to see the tests that were executed and access the full test report. Let us now go back to the quality report that we have previously launched. And we can see that our application was installed and launched without any problems on the 4 devices that we had selected. That all the stress tests were successful, and to the bottom we can see all the screenshots from our stress test execution.
This concludes our brief introduction. Be sure to check out our help page and YouTube channel for more tutorials, and of course, have a great time on TestObject.